Excuse me, who do you think you are?
That's true. Our royal blood goes back hundreds of years.
Every villain has a reason for doing the things they do, and Audrey is no exception. Sure, she's the queen of mean and she blames Mal for all of her problems, but Audrey's issue started way before the VKs ever stepped foot in Auradon.
Princess Audrey, his girlfriend.
Keep watching to find out all about Audrey's sad backstory and why her grandmother might be to blame for her hideous behavior. Princess Audrey is Sleeping Beauty's daughter, and she doesn't let anyone forget it. She's a total name dropper, and she expects to be treated as a royal no matter what. Audrey's got a wicked sense of entitlement, and it didn't just appear overnight. In Audrey's royal return, she tells her beautician that
I was Prince Ben's girlfriend on the fast track to becoming his wife and the queen.
Then she says that her life was set and it was everything her family wanted for her. But what exactly does this mean? Normal parents want their kids to be happy above all else, and they definitely don't want them to marry someone for status alone. But Audrey makes it sound as though Prince Aurora and Prince Philip desperately want their daughter to become the Queen of Auradon. And we're guessing that Audrey's grandmother, Queen Leah, wants this more than anybody. After all, she was a queen before Beast, Belle, and Fairy Godmother created the United States of Auradon. With this in mind, Audrey was probably groomed for the throne ever since she was a little kid. Being a princess just wasn't good enough. No one hates the villains more than Queen Leah.
A chance to what, Ben? Destroy us?
After all, Maleficent did curse her daughter and threaten the foundations of her royal bloodline. So if her granddaughter one day became the Queen of Auradon, then surely she would have a hand in keeping the barrier closed. Audrey had plans to marry Prince Ben and become Queen of Auradon way before Mal came along, but whether she really had feelings for Ben is up for debate. Sure, she might think of him as dreamy, but did she love him for who he was or what he could offer her? It's possible that Audrey's parents and grandmother convinced Audrey to date Ben from a very young age. This way, they'd gain more status and be able to call the shots. It's easy to see that Audrey is pretentious, stuck up, and downright mean.
I have to stick with royalty. Makes communication so much easier.
But these aren't qualities that people develop on their own. Usually, children mimic those around them, so Audrey might have taken a page out of Queen Leah's book. You know you're a nice person when you have status in the bag, but still care about the little people. But that's just not the case for Audrey. In Audrey's royal return, we see how Audrey treats the spa staff, and it isn't pretty. She's bossy and rude and constantly talking about herself. Audrey confirms that she comes to the spa often and immediately demands special treatment. So we can only imagine that she's gone to this spa with her family before and watched them treat the staff the exact same way.
More sparkles.
Before Ben chose to bring 4 VKs to Auradon, he and Audrey had been dating for quite a while. But everything changed when he saw Mal for the very first time.
A little bit over the top?
A little more than a little bit.
Audrey made it a point to challenge Evie's royal title, which was super rude, and she didn't miss her chance to flaunt her position at the school. Before the VKs came around, Audrey was the most popular girl in school, but she also had a reputation for being a mean girl. But the tables turned when Audrey was publicly humiliated by Ben when he professed his love for Mal.
I love you, Mal. Did I mention that?
Instead of being sad and mourning her relationship, Audrey immediately started dating Chad,
Chad's my boyfriend now. And I'm going to the coronation with him.
proving that she doesn't date people out of love, but out of necessity. In her eyes, she has a reputation to protect, and dating a fellow royal is of great importance. We know that Princess Aurora and Prince Philip married each other because they fell in love. Because whether they loved each other or not, they were already betrothed to one another. Queen Leah must have made the arrangement as soon as Aurora was born, proving that she doesn't believe in marrying for love either. So we're guessing she's the one who put this notion into Audrey's head. When we first meet Queen Leah, she comes off as sweet and innocent, but it only takes a few seconds for her to create some drama. Despite Mal having nothing to do with her mother's actions, Audrey and Leah team up on her within an instant. One look at Queen Leah's outfit is all we need to know that she's all about appearances. Queen Leah makes a scene and makes Mal feel bad for no reason at all, which just isn't classy. Since Queen Leah didn't get to raise her daughter due to Maleficent's curse, she most definitely made it a point to help raise Audrey. We're pretty convinced that Audrey takes after her grandmother. After all, Princess Aurora was raised by fairies and turned out to be a wonderful girl. Audrey's plans to marry King Ben and become the queen blew up in her face. No! And now she's the queen of mean and nothing else. By the end of Audrey's royal return, she makes it clear that she believes her makeover to be enough to win Ben back. But in the official trailer, Ben proposes to Mal, which foils her plans once again. Oddly enough, we couldn't help but notice that Queen Leah was equally as stunned as her granddaughter during the announcement. Just look at her face. The sad truth is that Audrey was groomed for the throne since she was a kid, and now she'll stop at nothing to become the queen she was raised to be. Do you think Queen Leah is to blame for Audrey's wicked personality? Sound off in the comments. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching The Things. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you later.